Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, running a little bit late because I was super smart and didn't actually patch the game up this morning after the update. So that was brilliant. For anybody who obviously isn't in Alpha 1, this game patches slower than a glacier moves. Moreover, there was a character boost this morning at an hour that I couldn't be online. Essentially, anybody who was online at the time got boosted to level cap, I think. But it was set to be convenient for US time. Oh! Hello already, and thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Yeah, so I missed the level boost. Probably most of the EU player base did as well. Anybody in my part of the world definitely missed it. And let's see. Current known bugs, and I'll go find a tree or something to harvest in a bit. There seems to be a problem with the gathering. But something that I have noticed, this is wonderful. You can make the guards stumble now by just running through them. This is the best quality of life feature I've ever seen in any game. Ever. Period. So if we check out the gathering thing, yeah. And as the stream title says, this is the final weekend of essentially full weekend Alpha 1. You know, they're going to do some spot testing afterwards, sort of like how it was before the NDA got lifted. Let's just get ourselves into a fight instead. But those obviously are unpredictable testing phases. I can't say, oh, at this day, well, on this day, at this time, I will be streaming for certain, because it's not for certain. And if the schedule is anything like it was before this month, I'm just not going to be able to get in-game. They do it at like 3 in the morning by JST, etc. Which is most unfortunate. But there you go. American game company, if they're doing spot testing for specific things, they want to do it when their developers can be online to see it, which means West Coast US times, which means not very good for me. And of course the only other group of players they're really catering to in any way, maybe every now and then they'll do it at a time that is good for EU players, but anybody over in equivalent time zone to me, we're looking at you, Aussies and New Zealand folks. We just get screwed. We get screwed. And that's just the way of things. Right, let's dismount and fight like 5 things. Starting off nice and easy. And I mean, really, it is quite easy. And there was a flower I can pick that I've mentally lost the position of now. Here we go. So, if the information is correct, we don't have any of these currently in the inventory. And if I loot this, have they hotfixed it? It looks like no. It looks like that is, in fact, not working. So, what I kind of wanted to do this weekend was to gather up some resources and really play with the crafting system a little bit. It looks like unless they do a hotfix before Sunday, that's not gonna happen. Unfortunately. So there we go. That's that. The other things to do right now, finding some ghosts, I suppose. follow the apparition into the volcano, which is definitely not a level 10 quest, and I refuse to admit that it's a level 10 quest. We can always go see if we can actually use that document table yet, if it actually exists. Or maybe I've just been incredibly stupid and it's been there the whole time. I just need to go searching further out of the camp for it. But you would imagine that there would be something a little more descriptive in the quest text about that. You know, I'll just help him move his manuscripts to a more suitable desk for the work of an explorer, and it just says on the binding desk and points to a location where there's no interactable objects. So, yeah, either I'm seriously blind, or that's a thing that's probably been reported a dozen times and has not yet seen a fix. I can't tell you yet. Anyway. Quick run down the coast and get the Winstead ferry. Yeah, definitely a little bit gutted that I missed the level boost. It's kind of a shame that they didn't just do it uniformly across all characters rather than only the characters that were online at the time. I suppose that might have annoyed some people who wanted to continue testing the leveling experience. Catch-22, isn't it? But obviously if you can't be online at a very specific time to get that level boost, then you kinda get shafted. And I don't know if they are actually going to come on and do it again. You'd imagine that they'd have the sense... your bear looks like it needs to stop real quick. Yeah. Yeah. Dude. The bear drinks too heavily. That's the problem. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. With the... beer-fueled growler on deck. The brown bottle trots. Roger that. So how's it going stateside? Wow, caught on terrain. Okay, got it. Depends. Yeah. That's How do you rate being inside a fire tornado? That doesn't sound good. I'd get out of that. Actual fire tornado or metaphor for it's extremely hot here, oh god, oh god? There's real fire tornadoes. Oh, holy crap. Alright, I'm not keeping up with current events. I would find fire tornadoes, well, entertaining to watch from a distance, probably not so exciting up close. So by all accounts, it looks like there's still no interactable object within sight over here. Wonderful. Wonderful. Mostly skin scorching and flesh boiling. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that makes my complaints pale in comparison. I've got, me check exactly what the temperature is now. It's 7:30 at night, and it's still about 26 degrees. The humidity is up at 95%, so about equivalent to Danny DeVito's asshole in a sauna. And my aircon's broken. And the people who replace it are on vacation for the next week. But fire tornadoes? Holy crap, yeah. Yeah. At least that feels like a good reason not to go outside, rather than just year 2 of pandemic, right? I'm seeing no exploration table. Well, sorry, book binding table. Let's double check the trees for harvesting. As the best part is that most of the fires are being started by private utility companies who prioritize customer service automation over long-term physical maintenance, and they can't be sued. Yeah, that sounds about right. Jeez. Plus, even if you tried to sue them, their lawyers are probably more expensive than yours, and you need a class action to get any motion. Literally need an act of Congress. Youch. I need to tab out now and take a look for fire tornadoes, because this is like... Okay. Just likes to say fire whirl. There's an entire Wikipedia entry. Oh, the phenomenon is sometimes incorrectly labeled a fire tornado. And here's a BBC article stating powerful fire tornado in California is latest extreme weather sign. Yep. Naturally. Poor Greece is more fire tornadoes than trees right now. Greece indeed. Yeah. Naturally, the BBC gives it a global warming bent, which, right, yeah, we get it. But there's probably more contributing factors to it than that. California, you guys have been pretty dry for a few years now. Right, so... Okay, I just botched the actual game window. If this isn't a bug, then it's a very unobvious and extremely ambiguous quest objective. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually... Oh, the game window is completely botched now, isn't it? That's not fun. Well, we're going to have a black bar at the bottom for now. This game was an absolute bitch to get working on the correct screen and streamable. It's mostly just Dupont Monsanto and Nazi-derived industrial action. Wow. But it's politically incorrect to blame fossil fuels and soccer moms. Oh. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I'm not allowed to be politically incorrect on stream, but Just a very dark and very British sense of humor. We love it. So let me see. Report bug. Binding desk is nowhere to be found. ... Step 1 of 5 of, in quotations, a draft points to a location with 0 interactables. If there is a need to search further or farther afield? And I'm supposed to teach this language. Let's say further. The quest text does not make this clear, nor have I found anything in my attempts at that. Now it's going to thank me for my excellent feedback. Again, I'm very impressed that they have a bot that evaluates the quality of your feedback prior to any human being reading it. Or that they just assume you didn't fall asleep on your keyboard. Which, let's be honest, that's a possibility. I'd like to return to Winstead. Turns out tilling the soil is a bad idea. Let's see, it's hilariously ironic to me that an agriculture model developed by the Nazis to consolidate and create dependence on chemically derived additives in a bid to dominate Europe through control of the food supply will come back to kill us all a century later. Well, you never know, that might have been their master plan all along. I think... I don't know. I don't even know what to think. It's, I think there's literally nowhere in the world that's doing anything completely right about now. The entire planet's kind of a screw-up. Some parts arguably more than others, but... 80% of all surface carbon. Oh! Yep, that's not gonna do you any favors. And I'm taking the very, very scenic route over to this ferrymaster now. We'll go find some ghosts. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God. I grew up amongst all different kinds of people who all looked very different, and I learned to see human beings as human beings. And I'm distraught by the fact that we've gone back to... Let's put it in no uncertain terms. I think Dr. King is probably rolling in his grave. The whole dream speech has been turned on its head. And that's a great shame. Personally, I'd say that the more petty arguments are a product of a very comfortable life. People find it easy to just go off on one over something that's realistically unimportant if they have nothing else to worry about. Well, let me see. Oh, very profitable. Unfortunately, a sad fact of the human race and history at large is that nothing unites us like hatred and an enemy to fight. We are still very much tribal creatures. Glenn, you're about to get banned for that joke. I'd say bear in mind that I deal with students every day who do pronounce the letter V as a B. That's not a meme, it really does happen. Yeah, that pun was definitely against the terms of service. I think they added in some terms that allow dad jokes. I feel like I should stand in favor of that by virtue of the fact that, strictly speaking, I am a dad and therefore any jokes I make are dad jokes. Did they fix the map bugs yet? You can tell I haven't had nearly enough of that energy drink today. Do I remember the map bug? Oh, the thing... Yeah, oh yeah, they fixed that last weekend. Dude, you're way out of touch. The latest bug is that if I try to harvest a resource node, it doesn't give me resources. I haven't actually tested if they fixed the problem with mounting and dismounting if you swim. So currently I can dismount and remount, but I jumped over the last river, so I'm not sure if it counted. Let's take a quick dip in the ocean here and see what's what. So let me see. Swim, swim, swim. Run out. And unable to use spells while swimming. Very good job, devs. Great work. 10 out of 10. Oh. They are turning into cryptic now. Fix one bug, introduce 10, and ignore 20 others. Can you stop swimming on the sandy beach, please? But why? So maybe if I talk to this dude, it'll dismount me? For free? Nope, it won't. Can I dismount now? Nope. Okay, time to make another bug report. Still can't dismount after swimming. Let me see. After passing through water whilst mounted, any attempt to dismount receives a message of unable to cast spells whilst swimming. Don't swim, then you won't have a problem. Well, yeah. Steve should have paid attention when we told him to do whatever it took to get some engineers on staff and immediately begin working on replication years ago. Yeah, maybe. So I'm gonna have to go to switch character and then log back in to get off the mount. It's okay, I just have to... Ah, thank you very much for the follow, my dude, and welcome to the channel. Greatly appreciated. Like I say, I just took a swim to test whether it was still a bug. So I'm just going to have to do what I was doing last weekend and dismount before passing through water. Same replication goblins everyone else ended up fighting with Royal after special OS fought in Vaporware. Yeah, I'd say, at least in fairness, like Steven has good vision. And I think in his mind he knows the kind of game he wants to play. But in terms of developer experience, he's very good at developing energy drinks. And I'd say at least a lot of his team members, he's got some pretty good people on staff. I think they're capable of giving us something we'll all grow to love. Plus, Alpha 1, you know. Alpha is Alpha. If I have to dismount before running through a river, so be it. It just reminds me of World of Warcraft back in the day, where, oh crap, I stepped in a puddle, now I'm suddenly dismounted. At least in this game you can mount while running. Wow, look at all the resource nodes now that nobody can be bothered to harvest. Steve is only qualified to manage a flyby now. Yeah. Yeah, he got the good ones. I think he invested his money well in the talent that he's got. And we'll see. Like, the vision of the game is the closest any game has come to my vision of an ideal MMO. Is Steve an actual person? Yes. Steve is the main man. Not Bulma. You need to stop trolling me, Glenn. I need to track this quest. Let me see. Finding the ghosts. Okay, so where it says optional, that usually means not optional. Yeah, he's the creative lead, dude. For the life of me, I can't remember his family name right now. I'm desperately, desperately trying. Sheriff, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Unable to interact with items while in combat. Alright, let's quickly switch back to action mode. Get wrecked. And with any luck, the gathering of the quest item is not broken. Assuming, of course, that I can find it. What am I supposed to do in this particular area? This has an interactable, but it's not doing anything. Well, this is awkward. Both a great and terrible idea. Yep, this is the quest objective, I think, but it's having none of it. I mean, in a sense, having somebody who is free of game industry entrenchment and also free of AAA shareholders. Gamers have never known what they want. To a point, I'd say an individual gamer knows what they want. Gamers as a group don't. It's sort of like the old thing about a person is smart, but people are stupid. I think within a forethought, we can generally put into words the kind of game that we want to play. Very few of us have the capability to see that vision to a reality. It's more than something new cannot be something known. Well, I would counterpoint that and say there's a few things I would do that definitely haven't been done in an MMO. Haven't been done in any game, precisely. In my case, it's more that it would be an absolute like skullfuck to actually balance. You know, one of those ones where the first 5 years of development are all about the back end with nothing to show for it. First stone marker, okay. We'll see if the optionals for this actually are optional. Can't do that, you throw away all that early hype money. Yep. Yeah. Lord knows. We need the early hype money. Oh dear. I can't interact with this either. Let me do a quick relog and then test it again. See if it's just that instance that's bugged or whether I really can't interact with quest objects. Not just gather quests, because that was just a general interaction. And it seems to not actually function. This might even be something that I go so far as to report on the Discord straight up rather than just a bug report, because this is pretty show-stopping. Database desync? Potentially. I don't know how they've got this rigged up. Well, number one. It's a long list of dead. That would make sense. We'll still bug report. I am unable to interact with any of the optional objectives. Let's say part. Oh no! Oh, I don't want to silence you. Stream Elements doesn't like links. Yeah. Hey, oh, James, hello. Would you mind digging this gentleman out of bother? Stream Elements just pounced him, I think, for a link. With a less than 3. Well, this is going to be kind of an interesting stream if I can't actually complete any quests or harvest any resources or craft any items. Ooh. Yeah, some of the auto mod. Ah, Jim Lad has mochi. Did you tell them about the dorayaki? Because I swear to God, you can get the red bean stuff here constantly. I made a clip so you could include it in the report. Oh, that was very kind of you. Unfortunately, yeah, I've missed that. I wasn't going to try and confuse the poor white people just selling it, mate. That's why I said Adzuki. You know? Give it the Japanese name and see how weeb they really are. Or they would have just looked at you and be like, mate, you're a grown-ass adult. Can you just use, like, a normal language, mate? Stop trying to act like your anime hero. They've had to simplify it for the locals, but the people who make it are legit. Yeah, you actually got a ton of Japanese people down in SA. You'd think Twitch would know to white light, like... Yeah, it's the Stream Elements bot. I need to look at customizing the particular feature for that. I did customize it to specifically target the current wave of spam bots. You know what? 1.11.6. I haven't actually checked whether we're looting any gems here. Come on, give me loots. Nope, no loots. But yeah, I'll see if I can add an exception for certain domains. So the Greater Essence Shard. Actually, I'm not getting any loot from that either. So looting in every regard is broken. Absolutely broken. Let's take a look and see if anybody is really whining about this. Let me see. Nothing seems to be being said about it. Oh, you got your new rig! Nice, nice. I'm quietly working up to justifying the 3090 and being all like, this is a business expense. I need this. And then we think shoving one of these 2080s in a stream rig would be overkill, but yeah. It could just be that your client is specifically in low priority pool. Entirely possible, because I'm connected to EU servers from Japan, and they're probably just thinking, like, who the fuck's this guy? I wonder what happens if I just hold E. Oh, we get bugs. Japanese gold farmers. Okay. We've got a dude in the rock. So absolutely no loots. Also, this is the most fake-ass butterfly I've ever seen. Look at this. Oh, dude, I should go back to the troll area that's, God, where was that? Over here, I think. That was hilarious. Like, all of the geometry is completely out of whack and just absolutely insane. Most of the assets are still just default store assets. Huh, indeed. I wouldn't hold that against them for an alpha test, in fairness. Sort of like how the character creation is extremely limited. You can let them get away with that. It's more about, is the gameplay functioning than does my character look pretty, oh my god, nice hair. Assume you have relogged and seen there are equivalents of WDB caches to delete, etc. I mean, the gathering thing was a well-reported issue right now, but being completely shut down on absolutely everything is a bit rough. Let's take a look at this. Oh, right. Preparing the rock for cleansing. It directs you over here still, even though the actual objective is somewhere over here. Don't think I can quite solo the poison dragon. Oh yeah, I can see my map marker, dude. I'm loving it. So I think what we'll do, windowed full screen. Well, that totally didn't work. Because I accidentally broke this a little bit earlier. That literally is changing no setting at all. Oh, there we go. The game just minimized for no reason. Right. That's how we'll fix it. Yeah, I think let's try relogging. So let's go to the chat screen. And I'll just quit out. Hello, David. How are you today? I hope you have not yet gone bald. Well, not completely. Headache? Headache. Yeah, man. I'm currently enjoying the headache of post-vaccination, which has been an absolute blast so far. Got the whole swollen heart thing going on, so can't get the heart rate too high. So please try not to overexcite me. And my left arm, up until today, felt like I'd been bench pressing an elephant. Glorious. Glorious. And get the second one 2 days before I'm due to go back to work. Tell me you didn't take the Johnson & Johnson. No, I didn't. Apparently this is the Pfizer one, which does a very good job of not telling you what's in the key part. I would like a report on exactly the RNA sequences, because I could read them. World of Warcraft. Heart inflammation. Yeah. Fair play, fair play. So... yeah, I'd honestly say that the worst part was just the severe aching in the left arm. Because, for anybody who doesn't know, I've got an absolutely batshit insane 2-year-old who is big and heavy and stronger than my wife. That's your heart, not really your arm. I think in this case it was definitely just muscle fatigue. Still can't interact. At least I put the axe away. Try and interact now, you've got 2 hands. That's what it will feel like. Huh. The joint pain too? Have I tried to punch the E button close to the rock? Dude, let's climb on the rock. Sparkles are at the back. Oh. Apparently I can't get on the rock because it's just... sparkles disappear every time I interact with it, but nothing actually happens. Same with this extremely not a sprite butterfly. I mean, good God. It's like we've gone back to 1994 there. Okay, here we go. Damn it. Nope, it's not having it at all. Oh, hello, Silent Jedi. How are you today? Dude, I'm not having a stroke. For a start, I don't taste copper. Wait, that's a heart attack. Who knows? Who knows? Hoi. So the real question now, what do we do if we can't gather, can't complete quests, and missed the level boost that happened at silly o'clock my time? Feeling like you are having a stroke is the first sign of having a stroke. Cookie Monster. Hello and welcome to stream. So far, despite my current complaints of the fact that today they have broken just about everything that I could do in the game, it's actually playing really, really well for an Alpha 1. I've been having an absolute blast on it the last couple of weeks. It's obviously, being an Alpha 1, there's quite a few things to track down and fix, but surprisingly playable, surprisingly fun, and surprisingly gorgeous. There are occasions to just stop and take pictures. Yeah, the patent is fully public. I've been following the game's progress for like a year now, and thank you very much for the follow, my dude. Like a year now, and I can't wait for the release. Yeah, you and me both, my man. Alpha 2 will be nice. That's going to be a persistent alpha, so not just the odd spot test for about 6 months and then a couple of weekends over the summer. It's going to be just straight through, and we can really sink our teeth into it. Dave, yes, I'm very glad it's no longer a blocky mess. It was extremely disheartening to be in that situation. Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess we're just going to brainlessly fight stuff, because that's all we can really do. I am your true savior, I demand a sacrifice. Okay, one moment, I'll just ban this hypoxic guy. I was going to just ban Glenn. I mean, the problem with not specifying what the sacrifice should consist of... the Siege and Dungeon test was nuts last night. Yeah! Unfortunately, stupid o'clock for me, and I wasn't able to get in for it. It's probably got a lot to do with the gathering and looting errors, actually. Wasn't it still just 50v50 though? Dude, are you messing with my pink axe? It takes a real man to use a pink axe. Look at that. It's sparkly too. And incidentally, this is not a male character, but has a beard. Problem? Got an X I call the pink axe. There's a joke coming. I know, Dave. I know. It's a glorious feature, and everybody loves it. Let's put pots on myself. Well, as suppose I could just use the day to get good with combat. I've successfully harvested stone, but actually, I haven't. The message is a lie. Okay. This dude, and this dude. And now let's learn to dodge every ability thrown at us. Cooldown on the active roll is something I'm going to have to get used to. Everything happening now is client side. If that were the case, I could fire up Cheat Engine and just set my level to 50. I'm not sure if I get into trouble for doing that. Have fun with the rest of the Alpha Man, and good luck with the rest of your stream. Ah, thank you very much. Thanks for dropping by. Guessing if you're talking about last night, it's probably pretty late. Take care, and once again, thank you very much for dropping the follow. That's greatly appreciated. Well, all else fails, let's go dungeon. Oh, hello. What's this then? Oh. It's much less exciting than it looked on the way up. Oh, that stung a little bit. That thing's melee range is absurd. Come on, really? Apparently, I should have been more afraid. Much more afraid. Ah, well. You know what it is. No guts, no glory. Holy crap, that thing's melee range. Dude, he didn't lube up the glove, that's the problem. And it sticks like a bitch on entry. I believe, according to the US Constitution, that would be cruel and unusual punishment. I have a problem. I don't think I can loot my own corpse. Oh no. No, that worked. Huh. That's interesting. I'll tell you something, I technically just tested something, and can confirm you can loot your own corpse. But the successfully harvested redwood lumber, again, nope. So just to clarify, we currently have 26 redwood, 4 Scotswood. No, Dave, it was definitely not a redwood. And still 26. Hope there are just different request pools. And this isn't all client side. If we feel like getting me perma-banned from the alpha, I guess I could fire up Cheat Engine and take a poke. Personally, I would say I'm doing them a favor by finding out if it is exploitable now rather than later. Kind of want to fight this thing again. Who's with me? Poke it. Dude, I'm going to do more than poke it. Why is this thing's melee range half of the circumference of the planet? It's not right! It's not right! I hate that I can't jump shot and hot. Precast, precast. Wings are pretty long. They would need to be to lift something that size off the floor, to be fair. If you can freeze the cooldowns or copy the corpse inventory. The game needs... Let my hots drop off. That's sloppy. That's sloppy. That's a Glenn-like mistake there. Nice, I dodged that one. Better cast this, better precast this. Annoyingly, your movement while strafing seems to diminish in speed as well, so... Even though I'm not backpedaling, it feels like I am. And that feels dirty and wrong. Yeah. Let's double check. That seemed to be a binary hit, but I took reduced damage for the dodge roll. I'm not sure how this is actually calculating. Okay, let's cast some G heals. Not even close. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So pretty much the only things I can really get away with casting is the whip and keep the hot up. Ah, that got me. As long as I keep kiting this around in a circle. Dude, yeah, I'll kite it to Vale's room. There's only a certain generation of player who even has the slightest clue what that means anymore. Oh, it's got some sort of knockdown. That's dirty, and I don't like it. Okay, gonna have to G-heal. Right, evaded that. You actually hit a hitbox and get stuck if you try to run through it. And I mean really get stuck. It's like it's got an inverted triangle on the front of the hitbox just to screw you if you try it. Okay. I don't feel very good right now. Well, I dodged the damage, but not the stun. And the cooldown on the active roll, I'm still... Oh no, there we go. Probably just Unreal trying to set clipping based on model shape. Yeah. That secondary ability, the thing with the blast that does the kind of stun, that's something you see in quite a few of the world monsters. Essentially, different abilities become active below a certain health percentage, which is quite interesting. Almost like the mobs are legitimately upping their game because the fight's more desperate for them. Kind of an interesting thing. Okay, loot please. And we'll put the pretty flower back down there. Where it belongs. Bit of a shortcut to large-scale balancing, just add a knockdown. Yeah. Well, that's to stop smartasses from me from just circle kiting it and working it down with hots and ranged abilities. The Underroost. Open dungeon. I wonder if that is under the roost. There is one way to find out. That may in fact be the dungeon, however. Can be a little tricky to tell with this sometimes. Nope, looks like it's down there. I currently do not have any more ability points, now that I check it. Ah yes, here we go. Pretty colors and sparkly lights. That wouldn't really stand for an Alpha 1 where none of my friends have access though, hey. Get good, hyena-like mobs. Right. So, obviously the map is not particularly clear about this. What? What? The looting is probably not working. Okay, good news. The turtle is just stuck in the terrain up there, and I could hammer it to death. Very, very slowly and painfully. Oh! It fixed itself and then ran into the cliff? This is Phoenix levels of mob pathing. Well, let's see. It is taunting me, my man. I'm still in combat with it. So, if you look at my shard count, we have 1, 16, and 13. If I now loot this, Greater Essence Shard, except I still have 1 Greater Essence Shard. So you can technically loot it, but it doesn't actually give you the loot. And that's essentially been the bug. And I guess with quest spots, it's looting the item, but not actually giving you the quest object that you're supposed to be receiving to mark your progress on that quest, and therefore you can just endlessly smash E and it's not going to let you loot anything. is most unfortunate. Make me a mod or VIP. Sounds like bribery, my dear David. And technically, you do have VIP status. Did you not get the memo? You can, in fact, post links, and the Stream Element spot should not ban you. James. Oh, but seriously, I need somebody gullible like Glenn to test out the link posting for me. Or Dave, just to prove that Stream Elements won't ban you. In terms of VIP status on Twitch, I can't actually grant that until I get the affiliate status. I like this cave, though. Got nice glowy mushrooms and sparkle particles. Nothing to complain about. But there is a distinct problem. Distinct problem. The power should have already been bestowed. Let me take a look down here. Finally have confirmation that they are working on a fix for the Quest interactables, but no ETA. So at the very least they're aware of it and aware that it is, I would say, a pretty significant issue. Lord knows how they managed to break it, but yeah. Kind of knocks this a bit flat. But yeah, actual Twitch VIP status, unfortunately, can't do until the affiliate status, which pretty much I just need to get up to the 50 followers mark, and that's okay. So, yeah, today's going nicely in that regard. This is a crossroads we be entering. An extremely empty crossroads. I suppose the one thing I haven't actually tested out is attempting to grow this into an actual node. Did I spin up another Twitch alter ego? I couldn't possibly advise for or against that course of action. As obviously exploiting algorithms would be a problematic thing. Sometimes I can be a diplomatic guy when I'm not calling people cock wallets. Oh, look at CEO Dave showing off with his 2 phones. You know, some people from Essex can only afford 1 phone. And it was made in 2004. By Nokia. I really, really wanted to spank this lizard. Not euphemistic in the slightest. Remember, James said that the first sign that you're having a stroke is feeling like you're having a stroke. I'm sure that's exactly the way in which he meant it. Okay, so without using any heals... Ah. I need to get back my Secret World gameplay. You know, run in circles, dodge all damage. Victory, victory, victory. I blame Dave, he was making phonetically seductive comments in the chat. Wait a minute, what? Oh, right. Okay, that's my actual inventory returning to me. Wait a minute. I remember this. Exactly how many episodes was it before we figured out how to heal the character that couldn't be healed? I think I was playing it. Well... Actually, to my recollection, James got legitimately angry at that game towards the end. And we never went back and finished. Well... Let's try interacting with this some more. I'm honestly not sure what to do right now. Because if the game is frozen up like this, and I can't actually progress in any meaningful fashion... Running around killing mobs for 3 hours? Hey, does that sound good to anyone? Killing mobs for... not much gain. Have I seen if it's affecting the mage too? Probably affecting everybody, but it's worth a look. You don't want to see my tank? You couldn't see my tank before because it was pixelated. Though I'd imagine the inability to loot items would definitely be different for a homeless-looking guy. And here we were making comments about spanking lizards and strokes. Okay. I have no idea. Gavin Nightbloom! I have a wonderful... Oh yeah, I don't have a mount on this character. I just tried to mount. But the Nightbloom, I have a wonderful, wonderful exploit for that now. Which I have actually reported as a bug, not a feature. And I will show you this exploit forthwith. I just tried to mount the name of your sex tape. I would go so far as to say that that wouldn't count as a sex tape if you tried and assumingly failed. Unless it's in it. Educational. How not to simp. So, dungeon entrance. Okay. So probably better sort the backpack in the interests of actually figuring out if I'm looting or not. Let's get the grand there, greater there, boring. So, 6, 10, 9. That's supposed to be filtered. I even added a custom filter and everything. So, your Nightbloom is up there. Oh yeah, I need to get used to using Q instead of mouse clicks again when it's Mage. Which, for the record, the Mage just seems to work better if you're not using the action combat mode. I think the worst part is how I tested the filter and it worked. But then, when it's actually needed, it doesn't work. So, the way up to yon Nightbloom is jumping a bunch of rocks, extremely difficult puzzle. And we need 5 of them, but oh no, there's only 1 flower here. I suppose we'll have to go hunting through the caves for hours to complete this quest. Well, fear not, gentlemen. By simply running in this direction... Oh, actually, that's a good point. It might not be fixed. We'll have to see in a moment. And it's also only certain quest things. And yeah, so these respawn when you run out of range. Yeah. You know how it is. I do not wish to give them purchase within my house. So as you can see, top tier questing here. Just run laps along this jumping puzzle. Feels like it's 1998 and I'm playing the original Half-Life again. Except with quest items. So 9, 10, 9. 10, 10, 9. Ha! So either the looting is fixed, or it is legitimately on a per character basis. That is quite intriguing. And there we see 5 of 5. Well, that's more than likely per character. We can test that too. Oh yes, very nasty. Here's your flowers. Let's see. I'm homeless Glenn. Yes, there were. I got the stupid flowers for you here. Hey there, stupid! Okay. Silence. What sort of criminal are you? Oh. That was the best quest interaction ever. Oh, I'm not even mad. That was fantastic. You can corrupt your hosted profile and create a semi-permanent desync. Huh. I wonder how many people have tested different characters. Oh, they fixed the thing where I actually have to stop to loot. That's quite marvelous. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I remember looking into Unreal as a platform for MMO development, and you have to do... Well, granted, this was almost 10 years back. You had to do some very, very fiddly things to make it support above a very, very limited player count. And in terms of adding in the database functionality that an MMO needs to run on, it was very finicky. But it was very easy to create seamless bump mapped textures. Yeah. Yeah. Unreal is really designed for making very beautiful looking single player experiences. Aha! For the record, this character is still having issues gathering. I wonder if I will now have issue looting items from mobs. Because I wonder if the looting is the trigger. Yeah. Well, unfortunately I was my own engineer. Okay. 654. 754. Okay, this is extremely perplexing and inconsistent. I really am not quite sure what to make of this. Wait, what? I'm still gonna insult her. Whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna take the tiller, because it's an excellent, excellent harvesting item that has absolutely no relevance in the current situation. So I still have a wooden shaft schematic. And I can produce a wand of iron. I keep reaching for the mount key. Okay, that's gonna be eternally problematic. Find Private Torsten. Lesser Essence Shard. There's actually a ton of quests that I missed at the very beginning on this character. Oh. That one, it didn't work looting while moving. Irritating. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to drop myself into chat on Discord, just in case anybody wants to hop in and say Winkies. Come on, line of sight. Well, so far so good. Just run right through everything. Feels like a mage. Animated armor. Big crits, big boy crits. Yes. This dude should be like right here. I don't actually remember this quest at all. Find Private Torsten. I wish it would show the quest circle of the currently selected quest on the minimap. That would make life a lot easier. Rather than having to constantly fire the map up just to take a look. Oh, vantage point failed. Alrighty. Yeah, I legit don't remember where this dude actually is. Not very useful. And to think, I've done the same quest twice on different characters. About 2 weeks ago at this point. I have a feeling like he was just squatting up this hill somewhere. Not in line of sight because of a tiny tree. Unable to interact with items while in combat. Well, let's give it another go just because masochism. So this tune clearly has none of that stuff and still doesn't have any of that stuff. Or was he the dude that was under this rock over here? It's outside of the quest circle. I don't know. At this point, I think my brain's just confused with a dozen other quests that I've done in the last couple of weeks. Since being at this early stage. Okay, find Private Tarston. Conduct a survey of an... Oh, God. I know why I can't find it. I'm an idiot. It's this dungeon over here, and he's the dude that's all the way at the back of it. Okay, we'll leave that one for now, and obviously stop being a moron. Do we pick up this guy's quest? I'm ready to begin my studies. Blah, 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 blah. I understand the risks. Where should I begin? I'll find a... Thank you, Headmaster. Read the road to mastery. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. There's actually a couple of quests over here that I know that I missed on this character first time through. Which obviously I have since found. For example, Jarl from the interesting cult whose names all begin with the letter J. And that one's a bit of a slow burner, but so be it. Then over here I should be able to get 1 or 2 quests for a dungeon that's up on the hill. Yep, I'm a cleric. Winden, upon the instruments, say Kina, my daughter's name, for a memory, blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I just guessed my way through that last time. I'm a mage. Let's hear it. Yep. Always. Okay. This dude. Hey there, good looking. Haha. Oh no. No. Instead, we're gonna do it the Glen way. Thank you. Been here long? I'm not. Guess you haven't been here long. Alright, whatever. He won't give me a quest. He's a jerk. Return to Scholar Lordy. Who's all the way over there? That's extremely irritating. But instead, we are going to make our way to the crypt. Up the hill. And unfortunately, there is no donkey mount or anything equally degrading, so I don't know what mount to get. Alright. And this is pretty straightforward. There's a couple of boss type mobs in here. I don't know how much trouble they'll give me on this character, because this character turns out to be more tanky than a tank at low level. Go figure. But word is the tank gets actually good at high level in good gear. And everybody agrees that it's absolute nightmare at low level. Well, so far so easy. This is actually one of the named mobs. Apparently his health is going down at a slightly faster rate than mine. I feel a little antsy without the heal buttons on my bars though. Insufficient mana? Oh, that's inconvenient. Am I supposed to take him down without big balls of fire? That sounded like a herpes reference. It wasn't intended to. Alright, all good. And now we stand here until the regen kicks in. Or alternatively, we just click this. What's a warden? I don't know. That sounds good to me. Worst ending, wrong choice. I don't know, man. I don't want to read. That's the problem. I mean, see this dude? He's just big old homeless guy. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know how to read. It's part of the reason he's homeless. Use doom the entire world of Vera to destruction. Oh, that sounds good to me, man. I legitimately cannot remember what I answered on that one. I remember having that issue last time, and I just ran over to the other side and checked that one, and I think I just guessed correctly, actually. Good to know. Fireballs will still shoot behind you if you start casting before the mob teleports. That'll do. Nope. There we go. Just keep trying options until one works. The classic approach. Yeah, it seems the consequences are broken. So that would make this one Riser? Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Assuming this is where the warriors have to come. Oh, sorry, tanks. Oh, there's a gate here. With what looks like absolutely nothing inside. Sweet. So, we're gonna have to fight Brigo the Handsome again, I suppose. Target too far, they still don't have valid range checking. Ads. Okay, you die first because you're squishier. I'm gonna die. And this mob is porting all over the place. Ah. You weren't expecting me to juke you off the stairs, were you? Unfortunately, I didn't dodge that swing. Oh well. Yep. F for Glenn. But I'm gonna go back and get my loot. Because reasons. Not to be confused with raisins. Ah, okay, fair enough. Can I loot corpse without engaging? Yes. Because apparently the dude has just despawned and disappeared. I guess he knew I was coming back for him. That's what we're gonna tell ourselves. You could sense swift death on the wind, or alternatively, the smell of a homeless guy who hasn't bathed in about a month. Here we go. Yep. I'll say this. I missed the flippy jump that the dwarves do. I'm pretty sure dwarf is the most overpowered race just for that reason alone. Right. I got those etchings. Okay. Of course, take care. Does that mean it turned in the bandits one as well? I guess so. I have happy to get paid. That sounds like a homeless response to me. Okay. Hey. Hey. Hey there. Right. Find a place to settle in the forest. So we haven't been over to Winstead on this character. Interesting. Return to Scholar Lodi. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Let's go into the cave and find Torsten. I got the feeling... Yeah, this is the character where my internet decided to die out while I was in that cave. Wound up dead, but also ported back to the beginning. Or was that the tank? Who knows? It's just been cleric, cleric, cleric since I decided that cleric is the most overpowered thing ever. So it's into the dungeon we go. Well, I remember quite a few of these pulls having something nasty going on that only a cleric would deal with. Guess we'll find out. The ability icons still unfortunately lacking a range check. You know, just a simple highlight. Color the button red if we're too far off. Such a simple and small quality of life improvement, but it's amazing how much of a difference it would actually make. Yes, jumping from that height was a perfectly sensible idea. No regrets. So, mercifully making pretty short work of everything in this cave. So far. Always with the asterisk, so far. Because undoubtedly, you'll end up eating your words at the earliest possible opportunity. Though it is so far so good. It's these mushrooms that start to make life a little bit difficult. Hit the wrong one, you get really awkward multi-pulls. And they debuff, if I'm remembering correctly. Insufficient mana. Okay. Momentary AFK. Except what? Looks like the mob locations are misreporting. That's not so fantastic. So these obviously a little bit tougher than the raptors and such that we were just mowing through. Better wait to mana up, because I say these ones add and bring multiples in very odd ways sometimes. Alternatively, if you just blow it up straight away in one hit, then no problem. And just for the sake of personal safety, I had a feeling that was going to aggro. And I didn't listen to my intuition. Key. Good morning. I'm French, and I would like to know if it is possible to play it from my country. Well, yes. This is a European server. I was gonna say, my French used to be fairly fluent, but I've lost all of it through lack of use. This is about where the cave gets nasty. I will say I'm not sure if they have the website translated to other languages or not. Naturally, I get the benefit of being language default, so I generally don't have to look for things like that. Weird how the sparkles on these do not align with the corpses. Apparently I balked my own fireball cast. La 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 la, la 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 la, da 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 da. Okay, leaving you in the cave, leaving you in the cave. In fact, you know what, let's take a moment to just take a look at the website and see if they do actually have multi-language support. Asses of Creation. Yep, I am seeing absolutely no language choices. And probably all of the game interface and quests and such would be in English. I can't imagine that they would pass up different markets just because of language translation. Translating things between English and a language like French is not difficult at all. Yeah, it's only once you get into the Moon Rune languages that you get a bit of an issue. I guess I'll probably better take a break and let the mana regen a little. Yes, but everything will probably be in English. There doesn't seem to be language choices. The main launcher, also no language choices. Oh, right, I'm supposed to be heading up there. Where else going? Ah, you're most welcome, my dude. Initially available in English, French, German, and Russian. Yeah. I think that's on release. Doesn't seem to have support for anything except English at the moment. That's looking at both the website and the Alpha 1 launcher. I think that's a really, really good attitude to have. But I say they should have it in French soon. English and French are similar enough that it's not difficult to do. And you open up an entire extra market, so it just makes sense. I just wonder if they'll release it in Japanese so that Glenn can live his dream. Whoa. Yeah, I've got a feeling that when release comes about, I'm just gonna be picking flowers all day and popping mana pots like some sort of crack whore. Come on, give me the sparklies. Am I actually... I'm pretty sure I'm still getting the lesser shards. Yes, yes. At least that looks like it. Yeah, this character seems to work okay. Except for the actual harvesting. I still can't actually... Still can't pick any flowers or fell any trees. Or I suppose to be more correct, I can, I just don't get anything for it. Right. Sweet, so that one done. Let's head back to the dude on the hill with the horse. Very descriptive. Let's just be masochists and double check. Freestone. You successfully harvested stone? But did I? But did I? Has to be said though, even though I'm running around doing these quests now for essentially the third time, I'm not bored of it. The combat feels satisfying enough to actually keep me interested. I think it helps that the Great Balls of Fire actually have a sense of impact to them instead of just being like poop, poop, poop. That's the technical term. La la da da. Okay, so carry the mask until something happens. Let's head over there on the way to Winstead. Which, at least to my knowledge, is the only place we can get a mount from. Which I also believe is something I've not actually shown on stream yet. Huh. I imagine that the sprint isn't going to be endless eventually. Otherwise, I want it on a toggle button. Oh yeah? And of course, tune in on Sunday to see if I can get to the top of that volcano and jump in. I think that's a fitting way to end the primary section of the Alpha 1 stage. Let's say, supposedly there will be more spot testing, but nothing really predictable. Right, let's not run around. Let's just go straight through. So pretty much dead ahead. This will be a free mob pull. Okay, don't die on me. Not even close. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. Enchanted bear seems to just be made out of wood with moss. Good to know. Here we go with the mushrooms popping in again. And there is a particularly nasty mob that spawns over here. Oh, in fact, that's it. Yeah, I'm a dead man. Well, such is life. Gentlemen, timeless advice. You always look before you shoot your load into it. Fireballs, I mean. Of course. Now, somewhere around here, there is a dude who tells me to give up the mask. Or alternatively, it might not be a dude. Pretty sure it was a dude when I was on the cleric. That's interesting. Its health was going down faster than mine. That's not so great. Very distressing. Very distressing. If I could just go back to one-shotting everything, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much. Hey, I wasn't ready for you. What are you aggroing for? So its attacks are fairly slow. If I can just keep pedaling around it, that should be okay. Except I still took damage there. I mean, I think anybody watching will agree. I was decidedly not in front of it at that moment. That irks me a little bit. That's either latency or the game's just being a jerk. But given I should only be at about 300 ms, 0.3 of a second is definitely not the difference between the front of the mob and where I was. Those were two very different points. Okay, target too far. Pick off the last one. And hopefully it doesn't aggro me from 6 miles away this time. So we can engage on my terms at maximum range. I would like an action roll cooldown. And for the record, this thing's aggro range is larger than my casting range. And it's apparently completely impossible to shake. Okay, this is just one broken-ass mob. Really, really broken. Well, okay, let's take a look at the skills. We've got 2 points. Blink might give me... That only gives me mana. That's an interesting AoE. The health regeneration is extremely low on the mage, I believe. If it would even let me. We'll pick up Blink and increase damage on the fireball. So the blink will give a little bit more mobility, which hopefully means that I can not die like a scrub to it. But the jury's out. It really does seem like it's just a little bit broken. It's 50 mana, but what's the cooldown on it? You ain't telling me that, are you? That feels kind of delicious. And now we know what the cooldown is. Right, die, you piece of shit. Yeah, even the blink kind of feels good to use. It's got a... I don't know, just kind of... Even the blink has a sense of impact to it. Pretty sure this is... where I needed to be, isn't it? Yes, this seems like a perfectly safe fight to get involved in. Perfectly safe fight. Grillo sounds too much like Quilo. Or problematic. Says I have another corpse here. I think not, sir. I do believe I have emptied that corpse. Well, this is where I came with the mask last time, and it worked. So I'm not quite sure what I did differently that time, or if this quest is just one of the ones that is broken somehow. But as said, it was working previously. Ho hum. Well, I guess we're heading north to Winstead then. Where at long last, we can take a look and see what the most embarrassing looking mount we can get for Glenn is. Spanked. Brood Stalker. Ah, Winstead. There we go. And the beauty of this one, the finding a foothold, goes on to another quest, which you either have to establish a crossroads, and then it's a series of chain quests that lead up as the the Crossroads moves from Tier 1 to Tier 2 to Tier 3. Or alternatively, you just run into Winstead and talk to the same dude multiple times, and it completes. Which is pretty handy. So yeah, help to establish a crossroads. Where is... oh yeah, he's in the town hall, isn't he? Of course he is. Hey clerk, it's good to hear. Now, oh, we need to get it up to village status. Oh, look at that. And now, come on, pop the new quest. Pop the new quest. Really? Okay. That's good to hear. Oh. Looks like I'm now waiting for it to pop for town. Come on, in your own time, game. Because village, I think, is only tier 2. Pretty sure, at least. Oh, okay, never mind. Currently at the village level. Well, there you have it. Currently at the village level. So the stable master is where you get the mounts. Now we're just going to sell absolutely everything, because everything's broken anyway. Sell. Yes. Yes. And can't really afford anything really cool. So I don't know. There's no donkey for Glenn to ride, so I'm really not quite sure what to get him. I've seen one of these things running around and they are seriously cool. Well, brown horse it is. Let's go. I'll obviously drag that all the way down there so it doesn't get in the way. Drop it onto the same action button that I got on my cleric. And there we go. Standard brown horse. With the annoying animation, which is now required of all MMOs. Okay, return to Skull of Lodi. That'll do. Lodi. Who knows? And there we have it. Unfortunately, there is a very big problem with mobs just suddenly popping in on top of me while I'm mounted. I'm gonna dodge that because I'm pretty sure there's griffins there. And griffins are not my friend. More compulsive map checking. Yes, yes, yes. Do not go through water while mounted, or you will lose the ability to dismount. Good, you can blink while jumping. That's an absolute must-have feature. So you can do it with a bit of class and finesse. I'll need to test the blink, actually. Whether it works like a Mage's blink in World of Warcraft, for example, where it just tracks you to the floor 20 yards ahead. Or whether it works more like the, it's not blink in Arcade, it's teleport, but where you can actually use it and it will literally put you a distance ahead at the same altitude that you were at, allowing you to use it to, you know, jump from ship to ship in boarding actions or to exploit terrain. Which is something nobody would ever do in that game, of course. Right. The Edulis. Perhaps most irritatingly, not all of these are the mushrooms I require. Right, since tab targeting is not doing so well right now. On the plus side, I think it can only tab target things that are in range, so that's a sort of range check, but not really. I'd like something a little more visual than that. Alright. Stomped that again. Yes, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Denari is all the way over there. But of course he is. On the plus side, we get to run for another crossroads, which I think last time I saw this was only tier 1, or was this tier 2? I forget every time. Well, no walls says it's tier 1. Oh, I apologize, there's a tiny segment of wall over here. Yes, you guys are extremely advanced and very cultured. Clap, clap. Apparently I'm just a tiny sliver. I mean, it says I'm 100% XP of level 5. Okay, I guess we're just gonna pop off and shoot something on our way past. Casual drive-by. Get that last little bit of XP and see if we can add the burn effect to the fireball, because naturally Mage. You're not built for your sturdiness, you're built for your firepower. And there we go. So, hopefully I don't screw myself too hard if I do this while auto-running. Ah. In combat, so it won't let me. Okay. Okay. And the combat duration definitely tracks on too far. It feels like it needs to be tuned down just a little bit. Random camp, lit fire, no NPCs. Okay. Okay. So, one more in the fireball. What have we got now? Shoots a beam of lightning that damages enemies in a line in front of you. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so I can see some very fun combinations of Black Hole and Thundershock, to be honest. That sounds kinda awesome. But for now deals damage to enemies surrounding your departure location. Just pop a point in that for a second, and reduced cooldown is the third point. That's tempting to get. Very tempting. Let's save the point for now. Figure out what we might like to spend that in later. What occurs to me is this would look so much more amusing if this cape was just pinned to his shoulder somehow. Yeah, let's just ride around like this. It's fine. I personally love the little dazed halo effect that never seems to come off your head once you've got it. That's not a bug, it's a feature. Ah. Now I can swap my wand for a book. That intrigues me. Yes, yes. Any clues? Da, 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 da. I will get right on it. I'll return soon. Okay. Now that should... Ah, right. Yeah, we have to go all the way through this step. All the way down there, and then all the way back, and then all the way back down there to use the ferry. Which is just a little bit of a bother, to be honest. It's very reminiscent of the quest design that is designed specifically to waste your time and thus prolong the experience. And those are never particularly good. Yeah, might be a convenient trick for the developer to just artificially extend playtime, but players aren't stupid. They will feel it. Don't want to fight that crawler. Have we actually got a cloak item? I guess it's that epaulets. So if I unequip that... Oh, we no longer have the cloak. Sweet. Looking like a... true homeless dude now. Such man, so wow. Exactly. Exactly. This is something a historian could decipher, yes. Very intelligent, this mage. Shirtless on a horse. Get a mop. It's basically a recreation of Putin right now. except for the beard. I'm not sure if that man can grow a beard. He doesn't seem to be capable of growing hair, I'll say that much at least. I'm probably gonna die of radiation poisoning within a few days for saying that. Oh, are you linking stuff that'll get me into trouble? So, the griffins over here are the ones that absolutely... yes, the famous image. These are the ones that absolutely bullied the tank. So I wonder if we shouldn't play with that black hole. Or lava storm. So what is the next rank of that? Increased duration. Next rank of that, increased damage. Next rank of that, also increased damage. But that seems like a very useful ability to be using right now. And let's bring that across onto that button thusly. Now it's the big bird that we're worried about. Wow, really? I took damage at this range. That hardly seems fair. Okay, evaded that one. This one seems to be broken. And I'm a dead man if I don't take care of the ads. Come on. Insufficient mana? No, 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 no. Not okay. Not okay. Come on. No. Yeah, what I should have done is realized that that one had gotten stuck in the floor, and I could ignore it and just take care of the ads. I'm going to blame the super strong energy drinks wearing off. I mean, to my credit, it's 10 PM, which is not super late, but I'm still most definitely under side effects of that vaccination, which has not been making me feel entirely fantastic. Oh boy. Oh, that doesn't seem fair. Douchebag. Stop healing your friend. I don't really like this Thundershock ability because it doesn't seem to work that consistently. Luckily, I can just pull a point out of it. Pick up Lava Storm, and then get to circle kiting. That could be a good laugh. Spelt ARF. Oh god, please don't tell me. Okay, good, I can dismount. That was almost problematic. Where is the corpse? Game? Hi? Okay. Literally not reachable. That feels quite satisfying. Yeah, that definitely feels quite satisfying. I mean, to be honest, it's completely possible I just didn't drop any loot, but who can say? Come on. Oh, spell not ready? Okay, I'm misreading the cooldown on that. Alright. This time, much better. Seems we still have the bug with the sticky tooltips. Not quite sure what even causes that, but usually it disappears after you mouse over some stuff. There we go. This seems out of place. Quite. Oh, it's so much worse than I thought. The grave markers seem to be sticking. Wonderful. Oh. Now, obviously, we're going to use Blink for what Blink was intended for. Getting across the river quickly. Oh, I haven't seen these angry boys before. Given that I managed to pull those without pulling the main dude, I feel like I can take them. Alright, big boy's angry. This will end perfectly fine. Make him stand in the AoE as long as possible. Killing my fun with mana. Okay, we'll look into regen. I definitely love the feel of the mage combat a lot more than any other class, even though cleric is overpowered. But I mean, anybody who knows me, what would you expect? Anything that hurls great balls of fire is always right up my alley. Oh, speedy horse. Let's go. Had to get my feet wet. Blink was still on cooldown. For shame. Oh yeah. And just over here is nice little waterfall. Attractive. Good looking river. Legitimately good looking river. Okay, that encampment is above my pay grade. Would have been nice to get a character to a level sufficient to look underneath the volcano. There's what looks like a whole bunch of level 15 elites under there, unfortunately. And with the questing essentially being barred for my cleric, I'm probably not gonna get in there before Alpha 2. But when Alpha 2 does roll live, I think I'm gonna have a good time with that. Hopefully they have a couple more classes to try out. Hopefully I can actually mix the classes and start to get a feel for what my eventual endgame build actually will be. Although if it plays nicely, probably still Mage tank. But I'm thinking of it in a very, very PvP kind of way. Okay, chieftain, look upon my glory. Okay. And all the way back. Slightly exploitative quest design, but okay, okay. The awkward name Troll Crusher. Does that mean they are a troll that crushes things? Or that they crush trolls? Of which they are. A little indeterminate. Well, if I go turn this in, and pretty much get sent back down to Winstead, I guess we'll find ourselves a nice mountaintop to take an excellent and definitely not weird picture of this character. Yep, I really, really like that blink effect. somehow it just feels really good to use. I think it helps that it isn't literally still using the Warcraft free teleport sound. Oh yeah. This is the quest where I almost universally go in the wrong direction because I'm a genius. And I definitely know how to read maps. Yeah, they got me decently sold on a really solid blink effect. Oh, look at that. That's who probably has most of the views at the moment, if she's live. Only one who seems to get any views for this, actually. Oh, gotta love the runaround quests. That said, if a lot of the pickup quests are actually broken at the moment, that leaves you the running around quests or just mindlessly grinding. Which, for a character that's probably going to get reset as soon as Alpha 2 goes live, not quite worth it. Hell, might even yet get reset during the Alpha 1 spot testing. Depends what they want tested. So this dude should still be under the tree. About where I left him. Yep, I have some grave news, etc, 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 willing and able. How do I get there? I'll find him, yep. So now, just to be an asshole, it sends you all the way back down to Winstead. Yeah. I also haven't been claiming rewards. But generally speaking, these were always downgrades. Magical defense mitigation, physical evasion bonus, max health. And then magical disable defense on those seems somehow a lot less. I don't really get it. Every reward always seems to be kind of a downgrade to what you started the game with. Except for possibly this book, which I'm interested to see. Right. So now I want to see what it looks like when I attack something using a book. I sincerely hope that it's not a melee weapon, because running up and just slapping things in the face, whilst terribly amusing, seems like a bit of a downgrade. Not gonna fight the red name things, though. Although I didn't seem to have a problem with them on day one with the mage. Just not really up for dying. Am I ripping out pages and throwing it at him? Okay. Okay. I mean, I figured I would be role-playing this guy to be illiterate, but that's gone a bit too far, man. Unfortunately, I'd imagine Glenn himself is currently not in the chat. Yeah, the weird, persistent, unlootable corpse markers are not very amusing. One thing I haven't tried doing is, do I dismount if I cast? That's kind of an important feature for me. Let's try it with Blink at this river. Stunned. Well, there you go. That answers that question. And the minimap updates do come a little slowly. Sliding markers. Wow. So, I think I'm pretty much just gonna head down to this point, do the whole crossing the water thing, and then probably call it quits for the night. As I say, there's not that much to do if they've broken a good portion of the quests, which is a damn shame. So one thing I didn't actually do: magical attack damage plus 5%, magical attack damage plus slightly less, but it's got crit! Max mana, whatever. Ignore all the flashes of out of mana messages that I've had. Let's just act like I don't care. It's Warlock Brain. You just get mana from health, right? Ah, actually, I know what the true end to tonight is going to be. We need the most glorious, glorious screenshot of this character. Just shirtless as he is. Possibly on that volcano if we can get up there. Or alternatively on some sort of snowy peak that we can play the Orgasmo theme song to and have it feel right. Feels like that was a named mob. Although at the same time didn't seem to have the health pool of one. Which is intriguing. Alright. So this dude is just around the back of these rocks. Okay, okay. All good, all good. Yep, 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 yep. And it auto-ports me, doesn't it? Thankfully, not to the starting area this time. You may not teleport so soon. Please wait and try again. Well, that's deeply distressing. There's a couple of mushrooms just hiding around the rocks though. Feels like... Oh, that's weird. The blink works in the direction of motion, not in the direction of vision. That'll take some getting used to. Let's just die in the sky, because... why not? I engaged them without actually looking at my health pool, and now I'm all the way back over here. Ha! Interesting. Okay? Game? Please? Oh, I would put feature in quotations for that one. It ported me to the other continent and then bans me from using the travel between continents. That's... just a little bit broken. Only a smidge. I think I might save the volcano climbing for Sunday. Okay. That was not a welcome sudden popping in of mobs at all. I do think I enjoy how the terrain in the far distance that looks very much like a parallax backdrop is in fact not, and you can just legit go there and climb up it. It's got a really, really satisfying view distance. The beauty of the game is one of its standout points, most definitely. Excuse me? Okay, what the hell? Now I'm suddenly ported back over here? Game? There is definitely some jank taking place here. Some absolute jank. I'm not even sure, I just suddenly dropped dead and then it ported me to the other island where I had previously dropped dead and got ported back here. Something is really, really iffy about that. And that's putting it in the calmest way I can. Very iffy. Guess we'll stop off at Winstead to sell up before any more random deaths happen to us. One does have to wonder if it's just a GM screwing with me, though. Alright, I can't actually sell to him. Stable master, he'll let me sell. Yep. I cannot. Ah, hello! Welcome back. How are you doing today? Oh. I was about to say, I hope it's not a major one, but pretty sure anything that counts as an operation is generally major enough. Relaxing sounds like a good idea. Little creeped out by Glenn's muscular back muscles as he swims through that river. Ah! Right. As somebody who seems to have a permanent weakness in his lower back now as a direct result of a slip disc, I can understand those. Shocking just how uncomfortable it can make life. Alright. Getting up that mountain. Now, I will say, unfortunately, you've caught us kind of at the point where I have to call it quits. For a little bit of backstory here, the latest patch of the alpha has screwed up all the looting and all the crafting. Hello! Here's the literal firewall to stop you going out of bounds. It's also messed up a lot of the questing. So it's limited what we're actually able to do today. But the main focus of this weekend seems to be the higher tier. Not completely unplayable. Unplayable for my cleric at the moment. This mage doesn't seem to be having the same problems yet. But as I was saying, the main focus for this final weekend, they buffed everybody's levels and they want to do a lot of max level, like raid and siege testing, which unfortunately you only get boosted if you're online at the correct time. Which basically means American timetable. Means probably very few on the European servers got anything, and I definitely didn't. They are at least aware of it. They say they're going to put in a fix. We'll see whether it makes it in as a hotfix this weekend, which is the last weekend, or at the very least I'd hope that it's done before Alpha 2, otherwise there's going to be a lot of very sore people. Okay. So obviously, this is the most glorious way to end. Oh yeah. And that screenshot is 100% getting posted to the Discord. There we go. Just because it's weird. Delightfully weird. Yeah. Is hoping for a hotfix before Sunday. Well, the background looks fantastic. There's one thing you definitely can't mess with this game. I say as I see grass floating right here, but it really is very pretty. Very pretty. And as I said, these mountains were the backdrop, and then you run up and you can actually scale the mountain. All of that down there being the starting area. Yep. It's one of those games where, yeah, when the final map's released, we're still going to be finding ourselves stopping and just looking at our surroundings and thinking, good God, that looks awesome. And the horse's back legs are floating. Perfect. Let's go to the chat screen. So, yeah. At the moment, I pretty much just have to call it for the evening and hope they get a hotfix in some point tomorrow, ready for the final Alpha 1 stream on Sunday. If there's any last minute questions, fire away. Otherwise, I'll kick it to the stream ending screen. And see if I got the text size nice now. Okay. I hope it's something to test our stuff back up. Yeah. If possible, during the small amount of free time I get tomorrow, I may play this mage up a little bit. And the cleric is definitely overpowered, but I just love how the mage feels. Especially that blink effect. That's really doing it for me. And overall, yeah, kind of looking forward to the alpha too. Yep. And hopefully they add a few more classes in fairly soon. Odds are I won't be able to get into the spot testing, so I'll have to see what I play on Monday. Definitely. Probably put it to a vote on Discord. So, that'll be good. Anyway, for now, I'll say thanks everyone for tuning in. Sorry that it didn't quite go as planned, but alpha is alpha. And until next time, take care of yourselves.